We've counted quite a bit on your patience. I was asked to do a summary, which I don't intend to do to delay you. I might permit myself the delicious prospect, as an Irish European, to talk to my British colleagues about European referenda, but so briefly. We heard about the opinion polls being more positive now than before. I agree with the caution about positive polls. In Ireland, we've often started a referendum campaign with a very strong positive poll, but when the issue focused in people's minds, it became rather thin. And so many times the positive poll is what we might say outside the metric system as being a mile wide but only an inch deep. And therefore, it does need to be put in context. Secondly, in Ireland, the question of campaign finance and the state as state leaving to citizens the right to campaign for their constitution has been hotly contested in several constitutional Supreme Court cases in Ireland. I myself will be very surprised if some activist on some side doesn't formulate a case if they believe that somehow or another the other lot are getting a financial advantage. And this certainly has been the case in Northern Ireland on the European issue. Thirdly, political parties are fashioned in a way that causes them to be good at mobilising votes to get themselves elected, but not necessarily always so good at mobilising votes in a referendum. So I think the role of civil society in general will also be very important, because it's not just a political party kind of question. Thirdly, not just to do with young people, but especially to do with young people, one cannot underestimate today the dynamic role of social media. We've just finished another referendum recently in Ireland, this time on same-sex marriage, not on Europe, and the great mobilisers were the young, and they were the ones who drove the result, and the larger part of the mobilisation was electronic, and some of it was face-to-face. Thirdly, I think these campaigns in general, and the point has been observed, not only emphasise the positive but also the negative, what I might call the Scottish example of David Haney. So expect on both sides a lot of the negatives to be part of the campaign message. And I would say, in summary, in putting these things together, I have generally found, and I've been part of 9 of Ireland's 10 European referenda, that an appeal to the facts and certainty over to the extent it exists, legal certainty over disputed issues, carries you only a very modest way on the journey. This is much more about an appeal to emotions than an appeal to facts. So it's important to get your facts right, but it's important not to let the facts get in the way of getting your message right, which is a different thing, whichever side you're on. Could I ask you, please, to join me in showing your applause for a wonderful panel and to thank them so much for their illuminating contribution.